someone's art project, maybe?
All the way out here?
That's weird.
Don't miss the film critics are calling.
Nightmare fuel.
Hello?
A truly terrifying killer.
Hey, are you okay?
Fabianne and Max, how are you doing?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Very well, thank you. Thanks so much for speaking to me. Yeah. And thank you for such a gruesome, trippy ride. What a film.
You're welcome.
Anytime.
First of all, my first question is for Fabianne. I mean, obviously, this film it feels very much like throwbacks to kind of like 70s, 80s horror movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, those kind of things. But when I spoke to Rod a while back, and he said that it was really important for him that it was really kind of that your character was very kind of emotionally grounded to make sure that the story, even though it spirals completely out of control and it's this really wacky idea, how did you kind of descend into that darkness, but at the same time, kind of as an actress, maintain that kind of level-headedness and groundedness, even though all these things that you were going through at the same time?
I think that as an actor, I come from primarily a theater space first, and I'm also a writer and I direct as I love it. I'm committed to the story and I'm in service of the story. And if you come from theater, that's like you are just a part, you are like one organ of a giant creature. So I tried to figure out what Macy's role was in portraying the story. And so I shaped it with script development before coming into it, if that makes sense. And I really
Yeah,
tried to
sure.
understand like her arc as a mother, as a woman, as a person in this circumstance with Max. I was very heady about it before going into the physicality of it.
Right. And then similarly, Max, I'm quite curious because Dolly it could have been a very, very kind of simple um, cliche horror icon, and it's very much the opposite. It's very, very, very nuanced. There's the kind of little takes, little certain things, different ways that she'll react in certain situations. I'm quite curious how you made sure that that this. I know that you couldn't wait to play a horror icon. That's something that you've been dreaming for a long time. But I'm quite curious what it was important for you to bring to this character that we hadn't seen before in a horror icon of this style.
Exactly that. I love horror so much, and I'm just kind of tired of horror being, like you said, cliche, hack slash, monster kills this person and whatever. But I took a lot of inspiration from, honestly, my own traumas and my own neurodivergency, and I just let it go, and I let them just was in the moment. And from day one, it was important for me to portray this Dolly as something different because I like that the movie makes you feel an array of different emotions and you almost sympathize with Dolly and you feel bad and I think it makes you want to know more. It makes you want to know more about Dolly's history, Dolly's family, like where it could go. And I feel like it humanizes Dolly more than any other monster slasher in any other horror film.
But at the same time, because you've got this mask on, I mean, that's like you. I mean, having wrestled and things like that, you've had makeup on and things before, but having this complete porcelain mask, that being able to create such a nuanced character must have been so much more complicated now for you.
No, and it's
Oh,
funny you say that because in my wrestling career, I don't speak either. And I always say that my face paint is my mask. So
right.
once I put on that mask or that face paint, I just become that character. And I had an idea of what I wanted Dolly to be. And I also pulled from some of my own insecurities and some parts of my own self and just let it out. So just when I put the mask on, you're just seeing that. It just came out. It's a big part of me.
Uh-huh. So I'm guessing from both of the answers that you've given me, I'm guessing it was quite a cathartic experience, despite going through all the gruesome things that we see you go through. I guess it was kind of a cathartic experience for the both of you, to get these kind of emotions out there.
It
Yeah.
was there was a scene where I'm not going to give it away, but I went through a lot of intense emotion destroying something. And then after it was done, I had to kind of walk away because I was feeling so intensely and just letting it all out. And that's not something I've ever really done in wrestling. I don't get so emotionally invested in my wrestling, but with Dolly, I was way more emotionally invested because, like I said, I was pulling my own trauma and my own personality into Dolly.
Hmm. Was the same for you, Fabienne?
Um, I think that that's part of the reason why I love watching, but like really love acting in horror is that you get to portray some, it's almost like myth, you get to like take something that's small or universal and seemingly insignificant and like have it be at its most extreme. In horror, you get to like really put a magnifying glass to it and then it lives in that space in a real way. So it is definitely cathartic. I explored very real fears and themes of mine that you might never know, but it's what helped guide me through the process of making this.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Something that must have helped you as well in the same ways is the way that they use so much prosthetics, and the prosthetics in this is fantastic. I think there was virtually no CGI at all. It was all done on camera. That must have really helped you. Was it difficult? Did you feel more pressure because there was so much prosthetics involved that if you messed it up, you're gonna have to kind of repeat the scene from word go and get rid of all the blood and get rid of everything and start over again?
Shout out to Yellow Moth Studio, Ashley and Alex, who did all this
It's an
special
amazing
effects. They were
job.
incredible. Two
Yeah.
people, just two people did
Just two
all
people
this
working on
special.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
they did everything. Oh my God, they're artists.
It's amazing. No, because I just watched it now the second time around. The first time it hit me hard, but the second time because I knew it was coming, I was like rubbing my hands on it. It was so it just twice. I enjoyed it twice as much. It's just so good. Brilliant.
I also just love, I'm a fan of analog. Like I love that we shot on film. I love that we used real prosthetics. Like I bring analog stuff back. It has a different it has a different feeling. It has such a different feeling and I'm so glad that they went that direction with this film.
Me too.
And by extension, they also shot on I think it was 16 millimeter film, which I guess that kind of gave you some kind of pressure as well that there's not a kind of a digital safety net there. If you mess up, then they've got to use some new film. Was that another pressure that kind of helped you really hone your acting skills for each specific scene?
Um, I mean, we had to do like rehearsal before we shot on film every time and like get the blocking and get these things be organized before we called roll. Um, so yeah, there's definitely a different pressure when you're shooting on film, but also I don't think we had the time with our how much we were trying to do in such a short amount of time to even be able to shoot it any other way.
Uh-huh. So just before I go, I'll leave you this question. I was just watching the credits now, and there's this. I was listening to the lyrics of the songs at the end, and one of the lyrics says, "We'll see you in Dolly 2. You know how these things go," or something like that. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that there was a prequel and a sequel that Rod has already kind of worked on, pretty much completely finished. And obviously, I don't want to give away what happens in the story, who survives, who doesn't, or anything like that. But can you tell us anything about that at all?
I don't know anything about the details, but I know that Rod definitely has more plans for sure.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think in classic horror movie logic canon world, you can never be too sure who's really dead or who survived by the end of the film. So like hopefully we'll see one or both of us again.
Fingers crossed, man. I'd love to see a sequel or a prequel. Um, Thank you so much for your time. I wish you the best of luck with the release. Congratulations on getting the theatrical release. I can't wait for people to see it. And fingers crossed we get to see a prequel, a sequel, a spin-off, or whatever it may be. And I get to speak to you again sometime soon, guys.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right. Really nice to speak to you. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.
Bye.
Dolly.